Shout out to my brother right here,
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. He's one of the best artists out there. I want y'all to go follow his page.
Gus Artists, GUS Artists.
Yeah.
God bless.
Peace. How y'all doing? Hope all is well. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Hit the notification button as well. So listen, we're going to get right to it. I don't know if y'all saw Lauren LaRosa. She was a guest on Brilliant Idiots a few days ago. That's Charlamagne's platform that he has on the Black Effect. Shout out to Charlamagne. Shout out to Loren LaRosa. So pretty much they was doing a recap on, or like they say, a debriefing on the interview that they had on the Breakfast Club with Dame Dash the other day. I would love for them to have, I would have loved for them to have Dame Dash on that recap debriefing the other day, because the type of platform that they had, the energy that was given on the Breakfast Club didn't match the same energy that they had on the debriefing. All right. First of all, the energy that they had on the Breakfast Club, it was too chatty. They was real petty. They wasn't serious. It was a lot of joking going on. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, it was kind of serious, and then they just started going back and forth. That pretty much started when Dame was like how he likes rolling with women, with chicks. And then Charlamagne was like, well, you came in here with a guy. OG Daniel, obviously, he brought him in so he could talk about the Heaven Up in Harlem situation, and for whatever other media reasons, whatever the purpose was. So that right there was kind of like a lineup for like, okay, what is this stage? Or like, I didn't know what was going on after that remark. You understand what I'm saying? The energy that was given on Brilliant Idiots was more of a therapeutic. It was more like, oh, we care for him. Oh, we hope he heals. Like, that wasn't the same energy that y'all had on the Breakfast Club. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like it was more entertaining. It was too much jokes going on. Like, that wasn't the energy that we needed. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't like when Dame Dash brought up Jay-Z's name in reference to Charlamagne, talking about, you know, in reference to Charlamagne wearing the Paper Planes t-shirt or whatever he had on. Like, Dame ain't have to bring Jay's name up for that. You understand what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why they look at Dame funny in reference to talking about Jay-Z or talking about any other artists or entrepreneurs that he dealt with in the past, right? So, but yeah, I do get where Dame is coming from. A lot of his interviews, they do mention, they ask him about 50, they ask him about Cam, they ask him about all of these other people, Jay-Z or whatever, and then he ends up in a situation having to talk about these guys. So I understand where he's coming from in his defense when it comes to that, you know. But it needs to be, that interview should have been more therapeutic. I know Dame comes in there. Listen, man, I don't think y'all understand, right? Y'all dealing with somebody, because y'all don't really understand people's situations until they gone. And then that's what people want to be all sentimental and those other kind of stuff like that. Nah. Dame has come from, and Lauren, I don't appreciate her saying he's coming from like a little boy's, he's acting like he's in a little boy's body, or she pretty much, she referred his character or his behavior to a boy. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't think that was honorable. You know, but we might get back to that. We're talking about a guy, Dame Dash, who was once a CEO for Rockefeller Records. He was in charge of millions of dollars. He was in charge of people's careers. He was in charge of people's lives. You understand what I'm saying? And for him to get where he is right now, in a situation where he can't really call none of those people that he was dealing with in Rockefeller for help or to do a collaboration, that could be heartbreaking. You understand what I'm saying? That could be very, very heartbreaking. And I think people need to understand that. So when he comes on these platforms and y'all are constantly reporting how broke he is and how much debt he's in and all of these negative things, y'all never say nothing positive about this dude. I do not understand. And then when y'all come on these, when he comes on these shows, Y'all expect him to come on there all honky-dory? Nah, he's gonna come in defense mode to try to knock down any type of rumors that came in the past. So I understand where he's coming from. Moreover, he has to play chess. He has to play a better game of chess when he is dealing with the media. Because when he comes on there being so defensive, it pretty much puts him in a situation where people create this narrative of why they don't want to work with him or why people are not working with him. So he has to be a little bit more strategic when he comes on these platforms and having these conversations with these people. We have to focus on the reasoning of why you're there. Are you there promoting something? Are you there to speak about something specific, that you're dealing with, or whatever the case is? But when you come on there and you constantly trying to convince people that you're not broke, you end up wasting a lot of time. You understand what I'm saying? So people I heard them talking about the bankruptcy thing, right? So, well, what Dame did, he compared himself to Donald Trump when it came to why he claimed bankruptcy or whatever the case was with that. Donald Trump, yes, he filed bankruptcy Chapter 11. There's a difference between a Chapter 11 and a Chapter 7, all right? Donald Trump, he filed bankruptcy for Chapter 11. Dame Dash, he claimed bankruptcy for Chapter 7, okay? When you claim bankruptcy for Chapter 7, you pretty much, you wash away all your debt, or whatever the case is. You end up selling a lot of the things that you owned, all right? And you're starting fresh, you're starting new. When you do a Chapter 11, you still have to pay those people back. It's more of a payment plan that you're doing, with the government to pay off your debts, right? So what I did was, I'm gonna give you guys a list of how many celebrities have filed a Chapter 7, because we don't want to make it look like, oh, Dame Dash filed a Chapter 7, so he's just so broke and he's a bad businessman. People do that. Celebrities do that, all right? So Warren Sapp, he filed a Chapter 7. He's a former NFL star, for y'all who don't know, all right? Lenny Dykstra, oh my God, I know y'all remember him, former baseball player. Dionne Warwick, she filed a Chapter 7 in 2013. MC Hammer, he filed a Chapter 11 in, not a chapter, okay, I'm sorry. So MC Hammer, he originally filed a Chapter 11, but converted it to a Chapter 7 in 1998. Gary Coleman, he filed for a Chapter 7 in 1999. Sinbad, Aaron Carter, from the group, I think that's Backstreet Boys, he filed Chapter 7. Tony Braxton filed a Chapter 7. Jose Canseco and also Mikal Pfeiffer, he filed a Chapter 7. So a Chapter 7 is not unheard of. It looks like a lot of celebrities or athletes, they have this thing where, sometimes the lawyers the lawyers or the accountants, the communication might not be as good as we think. You understand what I'm saying? And people mess up. People, especially with the taxes, the paperwork, or whatever the case is. So we can't look at it like, oh, Dame Dash is this horrible businessman. He's this horrible guy who went bankrupt. Nah, you can get back up on your feet after you do that. You understand what I'm saying? So I think we got to change this narrative, and protect our people. Because when it comes to white America, you understand what I'm saying? They protect their own. Because there's white men out there, celebrities or politicians or whatever, who doing massive dirt out there, but they're protected. They're not dragged through the media. You understand what I'm saying? When it comes to our black role models, our black entrepreneurs, we do not protect them. We are so quick to tear them down. I understood what Dame Dash was saying. It was kind of, chatty for him to say, why y'all don't mention nothing about Jay-Z, that's bad. I get it. But what he was trying to say was like, y'all always look at anything Jay-Z has to do as positive. Y'all never report anything negative about him. You understand what I'm saying? Because in media, there's nothing wrong with reporting something negative. That's your job. You report negative and you report positive. You understand what I'm saying? But what Dame is trying to say is that he feels that they answer to Jay-Z. or if they say anything negative about Jay-Z, that he's gonna make that phone call and it's like, why y'all talking bad about me? You understand what I'm saying? So Dame is like, yo, well, I can't get the same grace as Jay-Z. That's where he's coming from. And, you know, maybe it wasn't the way he said it, he shouldn't have said it in that manner. He shouldn't, because it made it look like, you know, he was coming for Jay, or he still has that bitterness for Jay-Z, or whatever the case is. So he just needs to be more careful when he's you know, talking to these people or whatever. Yeah, so, and also Charlamagne, he said Wendy Williams is your OG, and you said no. You said no, she's not. And then you said, oh, it's something about how that's funny that he said that. Bro, that's your OG. And this is what I'm trying to say, man. Y'all was so busy joking, going jokes at each other or whatever, mocking him or whatever the case is, that y'all, it wasn't serious, man. It wasn't serious, man. That show that y'all have right there is reaching millions and millions of people, man. And that opportunity should have been used to make serious connections with Dame Dash, to find out, okay, these are the rumors. Are these rumors, are they true? No, they're not true? Okay, so what do we have going on? All that back and forth, chatty-patty, joking around, snapping on each other, that wasn't necessary, man. That wasn't necessary. They could have even spoke about him and Kim getting back together. Like, y'all shouldn't be going back and forth at each other. Like, there's more things that could have been discussed. And yes, y'all need to do a part 2 on the Brilliant Idiots platform with Dame Dash. Y'all need to do that. It needs to happen, man. Real talk. I see some of the comments that were made in the Brilliant Idiots post that they made, and they're saying the same thing. They're saying the same thing, man. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Dame Dash, man. Stay positive. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard out there, you know what I mean? You got a lot of people out there going against you. People that you used to rock with, they're not there no more, whatever the case is. Just stay true to what you're doing, man. Stay true to your family. Stay true to the ones that rock with you, and God is going to put you in a position that you need to be in. All right? So listen, man. Hopefully, Charlamagne and Loren LaRosa, they have a part 2, and they discuss everything, you know, over again, or they discuss more, they get more in depth to what is going on with Dame, you know, and what he's trying to do, because people, like, why is he on these platforms still trying to move Honor up? Why is he on these platforms still trying to promote things that came out 5-10 years ago? I tried to watch Honor Up the other day, respectfully, with my daughter, and I couldn't do it. Like, we watched like the first like half an hour of it, and it just wasn't it, man. It wasn't it. And that's just my personal, you know, opinion. That's just my review on it. You know what I'm saying? It could have been I think it'd have been a better movie if Dame didn't play the lead role. If Dame Dash, if the movie wasn't surrounded around Dame, I don't think Dame is a good actor like that, to be honest with you. I don't think, and that's just my person. I think he's better as like an executive producer, and if you want to pop up in a scene here or two, then so be it. But him playing a role like that wasn't it. I'm sorry, that wasn't it. All right, shout out to Wendy Williams and Universal Group. Let me see I want to make sure I'm doing it right. So there was a lawsuit filed in April 2024. Tough City Records sued Universal Music Publishing, alleging that Mary J. Blige's track Real Love contained uncleared sample of Impeach the President, a 1972 funk song by the Honey Drippers. So the lawsuit was dismissed. It was dismissed yesterday. All right, the federal judge dismissed the lawsuit, ruling that Real Love and Impeach the President were not substantially similar, despite the history of the sample. The judge noted that one was a political anthem and the other was a heartbreak jam, and found that a lay listener would not recognize the appropriation. Okay, so yes, so shout out to y'all, Universal and Mary J. Blige. That'd have been a big hit. If they would have won that case, I'm pretty sure they would have probably tried to tap Mary's pockets, and we don't need Mary. We don't need her pockets tapped no more. Misa, I don't know if they're still in court or whatever the case is, but we don't need that energy with Mary, for real. Like, she is she's been doing her thing for years. You know what I'm saying? And we don't need that energy, for real. But yeah, man, shout out to Mary J. Blige. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's doing their thing, doing what they're supposed to do. Shout out to Universal Music Group. I know they was in a lawsuit with Drake. I don't know if they settled that yet or whatever the case is. And listen, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the notification button. Make sure y'all let y'all people know about the channel. I'm gonna be out in Atlanta the end of October for the One Music Fest. That's gonna be off the chain. Mary J. Blige is gonna be headlining. Future's gonna be headlining. We got freaking Ludacris. Clips is gonna be out there, so I'm gonna have some content. I'm gonna definitely have content from out there. I'm gonna be holding interviews, so make sure if you're an artist out there, y'all wanna tap in with me, I'm gonna be doing in-studio interviews, all right? And y'all just keep running it up, keep showing love, and you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get to it like we supposed to, all right? One love, peace out.